Test. Test. Test.
Colonel.
Oh, man. This is going to be drama. I'll turn the air off. So, I'm not going to wait for everybody to get back, everybody. I'm going to press on because this then becomes draining. So we need to press on. I was just about to show you this clip. Ad blocker are not allowed on YouTube. I have ad blocker, bitch, because I don't have a monetized channel solely to my ad support. Understanding? No. Plus, I don't have time to read that right now. And I don't just agree with shit that I haven't read. Fuck that. Quick story. Just as a filler, while we're waiting. I'm not going to wait, but I'll just say this. This will delay us. Because what I just said right now, I don't agree to anything I haven't read. Back when I first opened my business, when I opened my brick and mortar, my building that I was going to lease, the day that I went to meet with the landlord to sign my lease, he actually got annoyed that I was sitting there reading every clause of the lease. Visibly annoyed. Don't put anything in front of me if you don't want me to read it. And I'm the fine print dude. So I'm sitting there like this. And he wants, well, that's just saying so. I go, I'm going to read it. I'm reading it. Annoyed the fuck out of me. But that was valuable for me because the shopping center that my store was in, when the stinking Arabs that were trying to sabotage my business and suddenly adding things to their inventory that they weren't supposed to be selling, and long story short, when he tried to take action against me, he was in violation of one of his own clauses, and he didn't realize it until we were standing in front of the fucking judge. That clause was that neither party will start legal action against the other without arbitration. Read the fine print, everybody. Read the fine print. That saying, the devil is in the details, is not just a saying. The devil, because the white man is the devil, and they put everything in the detail. Always read it. That's where the truth is. I've told you over the years, I'm that guy. You can't watch TV with me. You'll be annoyed as fuck. Because don't let there be a commercial. First of all, I don't like to watch anything with commercial. So I have to record stuff and then watch it at my own, because I cannot do commercials. I can't. But when I'm forced to watch commercials, and for the years that I was, before there was the technology where you didn't need to, I'm sitting there reading the fine print. Run an ad for anything. I'm not interested in all that shit you're showing me on the screen. I'm reading the fine print. Reading it. I've always been that way. Because that's where the information is. I don't know when I learned that or knew that. That just became a habit. Like, that's what you read. That's what you read. That's it. That's it. Read the fine print. I have a video here on the channel called How to Get Anything You Want Out of This Society. Something like that. And one of the things that I outlined for you as it relates to reading the fine print is how many traffic tickets, which I'm not this guy that gets traffic tickets. I'm very much law abiding. The rules of the road are make sense to me, and I'm good. But alas, I've been the victim of people trying to give me a traffic ticket, and I've always gotten out of them. Because what? I read the ticket, bitch. Read the ticket. Read it. Don't just go, I got a ticket for such and such, and you go to court and you think you're going to stand there and just plead your case. That most times does not work. Read the ticket. Then you at least have something to stand on. And usually you do. One of them was, well, the very, very last ticket that I ever got in my life was years ago now. Before I moved to this apartment. I was stopped because the cop got me said I made a right turn on a red light. I made the right turn on the yellow light. just with the flow of traffic, oh, it's yellow, go, keep going, because you'll get through it before it turns red, you're good. But he decided to stop me. Two things he did wrong. My car is a 1997 Honda Civic EX. He put down a 2001. Princess looks really good, though. She does. She does. Even when I first, because I talk about Princess all the time, and one time before I went to Africa, my brother, Samba, said to me, I want to see this princess, or something like that. And so I sent him pictures of my car, and he couldn't believe it. Like, I've had it for 23 years. That's her. So he put down a 2001. Yeah, 2001. That's wrong. That's enough for you to get out of a ticket. You tell the judge, that's not my car. Period. Give fuck what they said I did. That ain't my car. I can prove it now. That's not my car. That was one. Two. Yes, I probably would have lost just because the fucking cop, they get what the fuck they want. But there's a different code that you check for an arrow and a solid. The one that he struck me on was a solid. This particular traffic light, it was an arrow, bitch. Not guilty. Throw the ticket out. Done. Read the fine print, everybody. Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it. Read it. Always interest yourself in shit that you think is boring to you and you don't think you need to. I don't need this. Get into it. There's benefit there. Now, I want to move to our clip, because I started out with my ranting telling you that Israel is not some place, alhamdulillah, is not some place to have any sympathy for or any romantic love about. That is Palestine. Period. The fucking end. Always has been, always will be. And that all of that, by the way, is Northeast Africa. There is no such thing as the Middle East. There's no such thing as the Middle East. This is a lie that's just been reaped upon humanity, just like Jesus Christ on a cross, a globe earth, Santa Claus, the Easter Bunny. Just go down 19 hijackers with box cutters, Oswald. I mean, just go down all the list of bullshit that's been sold. This is right up there. That is Northeast Africa. You can't get around that. And that is Palestine. That's what it is. These people marched in 1948. The American President Truman signed this. There was this Balfour Agreement you have to know about. But anyways, they basically gave them carte blanche. Like, I'm just going to tell my homie he can come to your house and take it. It's nothing. You feel me? You don't know me or him. But I gave him, hey man, you go and take that. Go, you get that. You feel me? What is that? You feel me? But that's exactly what happened. When we talk about education, this is the shit that children need to know. So they have the right worldview and know who the fuck they should be hating, and who is bullshit, and who is good, and who is righteous, and who is not, and all these things. You understand? So we don't have any love or sympathy for Israel. And as I said to you before we got cut off, if you watch the footage that I'm sure they're posting across every channel. I don't have cable, so I don't know. But I know, because I know this demon. I know their society. Notice you will not see a single Israeli casualty. They keep telling you there's an Israeli casualty. They'll show you 2 shots of a hospital, people being rolled in on a gurney. I don't see no blood. I don't see no guts. You can't really see the people. That's it. As they're talking to you. It's right up there every time they show the 9/11 footage. They say, the building is collapsing, when clearly a building is exploding outwardly in front of your fucking face and becoming dust as it goes down. There is no pancaking. There is no collapse. This doesn't even fit this doesn't even fit the description of a collapse. I live in California. I was almost killed in an earthquake in 1994. I saw many collapsed buildings. I could tell you exactly what they look like, and that was not it. That was buildings being exploded to dust in front of your face, period, the damn end. Just like they hid the Zapruder footage for years before the public saw it, of the Kennedy assassination. And then we saw his head going back into the left, and we go, well, there's no way that shot came from the back. You don't have to ever fire a gun in your life to know that. I'm over it. So this is the truth of it. This is an unholy heist. It is an annex of evil, because this is the seat of evil. This is the throne of evil, America. It's the throne of evil. This is where all confusion on earth is born from. This place right here. This is the headquarters of white evil that affects the rest of the world. From here, you get the oppression of Africa. From here, you get the oppression of Haiti. From here, you get they want to oppress China, but China's not having it, and they will kick your ass. From here, all shit happens. Disease, famine, vaccines, pandemics, all the shit. Financial strife, division, it all comes from here. And that is their annex of evil. You understand? Is in fucking this place, this illegal place called Israel. As I said to you, it is against Jewish law for any Jew to have a state. So even if there was a place, just deserted land that nobody's interested in, there's no resource there, nobody wants it, nobody goes there, it's not a vacation spot, and they go, you guys can have that over there. They're not allowed to have it. Talk to Orthodox Jews, real Jews, people who follow Torah and the law of God. Do you understand? These people in Israel, that ain't it. That's a freak show of nothing but racist, demonic, Zionist fucks. That's what they are. No love for Israel, no sympathy at all. Period, the end. And so we celebrate any victory of the Palestinians upon them. Any at all. Let me bring you in and let you see the tone, because this is one of their commanders. You'll see, but just let me get you in here. You're number one. Come on, switch over. I gotta wait for the delay, y'all, to make sure I switched over. In real time, it switched over, but here it's a delay. There. Okay, I'm switched over. All right, hear this, but listen to his tone. The name of this is Israel. Quote, "We want all people that came into Israel to be dead," says military spokesman. All right, that's your setup. Hear this now. And she does a fantastic job, because she's not an American journalist. Also, when big events like this happen, everybody, don't turn to fucking CNN. Don't turn to MSNBC. Don't go to any fucking Al Jazeera English. Fuck all of that. Take your bitch ass to some foreign media outside of this country. Outside of this country. And then you get a better, there's more truth that's going to be there. All right. So this, I think this is British television, Sky News, don't really remember. Hear this. She does a fantastic job.
Colonel Richard Hecht, the international spokesperson for the IDF, the Israel Defense.
I think I'm in his way.
Thanks very much indeed for speaking to us here on Sky News on what must be
okay,
an incredibly busy day. First of all, if you can give us the very latest figures in terms of casualties, both killed and injured at the moment as you have them.
So I think the word busy is a problematic word. I would say it's a bit more than that. It's been a very severe day here for the IDF. And I'm just to hear
Hear this now. Notice when you look at him, if he was here and you ran into him, you would think, oh, this is some Arab dude. And that's the irony. He could be. But you see, you have Arabs that have assumed this Israeli identity. Like, just assumed it. Kind of like Tim Scott, the fucking black senator who thinks he's white, a white Republican. I'm over it. But they assume that. And by default, that means you're white. You see? You hear him and see him, you would think that's some Arab dude if he was just here. Like, what is an Israeli? What does that look like? What is that? It's like an American. There's no look that is an American. because you're dealing with people who have no culture. White people have no culture. They have no music. They have no language. They have no style. They have no food. They don't have anything at all. Nothing. So they've taken from everybody else. So this America, what does that even mean? But I'm an American. No, I'm a black man. I'm an African. That's what I am. You feel me? That has meaning. It has depth. It has life. I'll come back to that. Hear this guy. Hear his arrogance, and hear his attitude towards Palestinians.
The Palestinian spokesperson talking about Palestinians being killed. The IDF does not kill intentionally civilians. We have had severe...
That's a lie. All you kill is civilians, because there's no real military in Palestine. That's why you always see them out there throwing rocks at the tanks and rocks at the soldiers. That's all they have is rocks and sticks. That's it. Don't got shit else. Not shit else. You see. Now we can get into Hamas and their rockets and things like that. But there's no military like we understand. You feel me? But that's his first lie, that we don't kill civilians. That's exactly what they do, women and children, indiscriminately. We have many videos that don't come from America, that are raw video of them abusing women and children right out in the street, like right there.
Busy is a problematic word. I would say it's a bit more than that. It's been a very severe day here for the IDF, and I just heard the Palestinian spokesperson talking about Palestinians being killed. The IDF does not kill intentionally civilians. We have had a severe morning, which started off with multiple salvos coming into the state of Israel, firings sporadically in order to kill anyone they can kill. When we go after targets, we go after...
But we have no video evidence of any rocket damage other than burned out cars that I described to you earlier. That's all we have, everybody. I've been through many videos when this story broke, and I'm still waiting for a building in rubble, casualties, something. I can't find it, but he's saying all these. Hear what he said there. Hear what he said. We woke up this morning too.
I've had a severe morning, which started off with multiple salvos coming into the state of Israel, firings sporadically in order to kill anyone they can kill. When we go after targets, we go after military targets. Not only that, a ground attack that started at the same time, coming through the land, coming through the sea, which you mentioned before, on boats, and also coming through paragliders, carrying terrorists, carrying munitions, carrying people into Israel, into the surrounding communities to come and kill civilians. Now, again, we're not going to talk about the numbers, but looking at...
There are no civilians. Everybody who lives in Israel is guilty. Period. The fucking end.
They didn't go after the...
If you can't talk about the numbers, can I just ask you...
you see? He goes, but I can't talk about the numbers. And she goes, if you can't talk about the numbers, here, I'll try and shut up, y'all. But we have to go through this.
Talk about the numbers, but looking at... They didn't go after the...
If you can't talk about the numbers, can I just ask you, Hamas has just said that they are holding multiple hostages, possibly up to 100, and they have also said that they are holding senior officers. Can you confirm if senior officers are being held, and you have any officers from the IDF missing?
Well, I can't confirm that right now. The only thing I can confirm is the IDF is, as we speak, fighting and engaging in multiple communities around the Gaza Strip in order to achieve back the security of these communities. There's families hiding in houses, people that have been abducted, people that have been killed. I don't want to talk about the numbers, but again, they went after our civilians. They went after our civilians surrounding Gaza. So a very harsh...
It's clearly an horrific situation.
Now, this building, we don't know. That's probably, I would suggest to you, that is on the Palestinian side. But if you look very closely at it, it's just rubble in the front. The building itself is not rubble. You see what I'm saying? You have to look, and some of this video could just be propagandistic shit that they just have file tape ready to show to make a story look a certain way. I cite for you, years ago when Hugo Chavez was in power in Venezuela. You know, they've been trying to overthrow him forever because he nationalized his oil. Like, here they'll nationalize the oil. If they in Alaska, they nationalize it. So you get a check from the oil profits. That's the way it should be. We all live on this fucking land. If it's anything rich here, we should all share in it. You feel me? But they had done this to Hugo Chavez, where they had some footage, some fighting broke out, and they were trying to make it seem like it was Chavez who had attacked and this and a third. And then some journalists went and turned in the real tape and said, this is the shit. Turned out that's who was the army that had seized Chavez, took him out of power, and installed the fucking bastards. Literally went and snatched them back up out of there and put Chavez back in there. It was beautiful. I love when shit like that happens, man, when what is right prevails. You know what I mean? I love that so much. So, again, this could be propaganda video. We don't know, but let's just keep watching and listening.
You mentioned there people trying to come in by sea. We understand that Israel's naval forces have intercepted dozens of Palestinian militants by boat. Can you tell us more about that?
So they try to basically saturate our defenses. Also from the
Notice how tight the shot is. And as I've educated you over the years, they always give you a shaky camera. We got all these cell phones and GoPros and drones and all this other shit now, but they always give you a shaky camera. A shaky camera. That's part of the seduction.
From the air, also from
Look,
the
shaky camera.
From the sea, they were coming on some Zodiacs and some boats, and the Navy intercepted some of them, and actually also some of them got through.
Look at that. And you're supposed to go, look what they done did in Israel. No, the Jedi speaks.
And we're still learning what happened there. It's been a very chaotic day.
Look at that. Burned out cars. But you can see the building is perfectly untouched. Nothing. The building is fine.
And we're still fighting as we speak.
Look.
Earlier we were speaking to Sarat Zahavi here.
Look. All the cars. How did you just get all the cars that are parked? Just all the cars. No buildings. Just no buildings. Just cars. Not understand.
A former Israeli intelligence director, and said that Israel is always looking at capabilities and intentions. Clearly, something here.
Look, this car has got bullet holes in it. It's been shot up. I don't want you to lose the flow of what she's asking him and his answers. So I'm trying to be strategic in how I cut in, everybody. You just got to listen carefully. Listen carefully. Listen carefully.
Has failed if there has been such a massive attack from Hamas, from Gaza into Israel.
So I'm sure that's an issue that's going to be talked about a lot once this is over. As the idea.
You hear her question. I'll break it down for you.
Israel is always looking at
she said Israel is always looking at capabilities
and intentions. Clearly, something here has failed if there has been such a massive attack from Hamas, from Gaza into Israel.
If there has been. She was very crafty with her question if you listen to it carefully. What she's basically saying is, if y'all would have some sort of, what was her words again? Basically, like, you know this is some bullshit that you occupy in their land. So you would expect at some point they're going to strike on your shit. That's what she's saying. You feel me? So if, she used the word if, there's been this massive attack from Hamas into Israel, is this a major breakdown and whatever? And then his answer is, oh, well, we'll just be having talks about that. No, nigga. You know, like, you know you wrong somebody, you know they're going to roll on your shit. You know it. You should know.
So I'm sure that's an issue that's going to be talked about.
I'm sure the issue is going to be talked about
a lot once this is over.
Again, all cars just devastated and burned out. But no, and these are white buildings. White buildings. We don't even see any soot up on the buildings at all. Know what's in front of you, everybody. I always tell you, watch carefully, because they know they can just say anything while they're doing all their talking over it and showing you moving, shaking cameras that you just go, ooh, that happened. Fuck that.
As the IDF spokesperson, something I don't want to focus on right now. All we're focusing on right now is getting security and saving lives right now of civilians that are under attack.
Right.
We're civilians. I haven't seen even one child in the street. Just the shit that you would normally see when shit is really under siege. Just haven't seen it at all. No evidence of it.
But I have to push you on this, because clearly this is an intelligence failure.
She said.
Or did you know this was coming?
I prefer not to comment on what happened there. We're talking only.
Did you know this was coming? I prefer not to talk on that because my tongue is bigger than my fucking mouth and I'm lying anyway. That's what he said.
Now, all we're focusing on right now is getting security and saving lives right now of civilians that are under attack.
Right, but I have to push you on this, because clearly this is an intelligence failure. Or did you know this was coming?
It was coming.
I prefer not to comment on what happened there. We're talking only about right now, talking about getting back. And again, we've been attacked by Hamas, who basically every single day says that they want to annihilate Israel. They've been firing, they test, there's always
one fat bitch.
Sporadic fire, so it's an ongoing thing. I'm an old soldier, I've been in this for years. This is not something new. So again, we'll learn what happened after this event, but right now we're focused on fighting.
Right, so there clearly needs to be an investigation after this unfolds. And as you say, you are in the middle of this attack. How are you managing to curtail those? Have you arrested or
now they're showing you all these rockets. You see that?
These militants?
Well, we're to believe all these rockets hit nothing but cars. That's what they're giving you. Just so you, that's what they're giving you.
So right now, these militants are terrorists. They are people that came to kill and
these militants are terrorists. Because anytime you protect your own shit, you become a terrorist to any white devil. You see? Remember, even Katrina, after they blew up the levees to float our people out of there so they could do their development and shit in there, they were refugees. You see? Any Palestinian, if it's a newborn child in the ICU right now, has every right to strike the fuck on Israel just at will. Period, the damn end. That's what's real. That's what's just. That's what's righteous. You understand? So don't give me they're terrorists and they're this and the third. They wouldn't attack your bitch ass if you weren't sitting on their fucking land and then bringing other white people in to settle more land. When you hear about these settlements in Israel, that's more white people showing up to encroach on more Palestinian land. And something I didn't say before we got cut off before. Here's the irony of it all, everybody. If they had come to Northeast Africa, to Palestine, in 1948 and said, could you please give us some land to stay, the Palestinians would have rolled out the red carpet for them, because everybody on the earth has hospitality except for white people. You understand? They would have given them, because come on. These are holy people. They would have been like, of course, we can, and they would have helped them build and looked out for them, brought them food, been their neck, just done it all. That hospitality, that's a real thing. The only people, the only entities, I don't call them people, the only entities on the earth that don't have that is white entities. Do you understand? They don't have it. So of course they march in with, and they claim their Holocaust, and they're so oppressed and persecuted, and you come in, you fucking persecute and oppress these people since 1948? And we're supposed to have sympathy for your bitch ass? I doubt it. I really no, I'm not even in doubt of it. No, we don't. Do you understand? So let's be very clear about what it is we're looking at. So if they had gone in and said, you know, can you please just, we would like some land here, they would have given it to them. That's not what white people do. From the youngest fucking demon child being born as I speak to the oldest bitch that's still living right now. They thieve, take, lie, and steal. That's all they do. Anything white people have, that's it.
By the end of the day, we hopefully, all people that came into Israel, they will be dead. That's our goal. I'm not going to be nice about it by arresting people that came and killed families, abducted people. Our goal is to, by the end of the day, bring the situation back as it was.
Then that's what the Palestinians have the right to do too. Because what's good for the goose So you come into their settlements and kill all their shit off, so they should be coming to kill you, according to his language. We'll just hear it again, because maybe I misheard him. We'll just hear it again. I don't want to put words in his mouth. I don't want to.
Militants, they're terrorists. They're people that came to kill Israelis. By the end of the day, we hopefully all people that came into Israel, they will be dead. That's our goal. I'm not going to be nice about it by arresting.
That came into Israel. You're on their fucking land. Came into. Just those three simple words. Came into.
People that came and killed families, abducted people. Our goal is to, by the end of the day, bring the situation back as it was.
So you don't intend on holding anyone and arresting anyone. You intend on killing them on sight. It's a shoot-to-kill order in Israel, is it?
No, absolutely not, Seema. They came, they started, they.
Now, bitch, that's what you just said. She said your words back to you, Igor. But here, Igor.
They're killing. We are now engaging in fire with these terrorists that came through. If someone surrenders, then it's a different ballgame. But right now, they're firing at us.
Right. Sorry, I was just trying to clarify, because you said at the end of the day, you intend for all of the militants who targeted Israel to be dead.
Thank you. She's killing this interview. Killing it, killing it, killing it.
Anyone that was firing at us and trying to kill us, we will neutralize them, absolutely.
Okay, and can you tell us about the area that you are having to have these ground battles at the moment? Where have the militants managed to infiltrate, and how are you addressing them?
Where?
So this surround, we've mobilized, this is happening in the Gaza division. It's a division size force, which is basically deployed along the fence.
No, she said where, not the size of the force. She said, where is this that they broke through? Where is it? You see? Where? And then he starts with this bullshit. This
is happening in the Gaza division. It's a division size force, which is basically deployed along the fence. And right now we've mobilized more forces because these terrorists have infiltrated settlements and communities. We've mobilized special forces that are handling these very, very sensitive situations. You can imagine there's also hostages involved, and it's being handled directly with our special forces, and we're trying to solve it without having our civilians killed.
And how?
But see, the other thing that usually happens, everybody, if you go back and if you follow this over the decades, it's always 2 Israelis were injured, 1,000 Palestinians were killed. You see? And you see the Palestinians carrying their children through the street, and it's a sad thing, man. Listen, one of the scarves that I wear, I wear this because of the Palestinians. I could wear any scarf. Do you understand? I wear this because to show my solidarity with the Palestinians. People see this print, they know. They know. They know. That's why I wear it.
Many IDF forces are out there right now by land and sea at the moment. How many are out there trying to? We understand that, of course, Prime Minister Netanyahu has also called up reservists. How many forces do you have?
So it's in thousands. It's in thousands. Again, the people that are handling the events are special forces.
Look, any of the thing that you see, again, we still haven't seen a civilian. We've seen no casualties. We've seen no rubbled buildings. Just have not seen it.
Inside the communities, there's a number of communities which we've already been cleared, like Keren, Shalom, Sufa, Magen, but there's other locations like Zikim, Nahal Oz, all other communities, which I won't go into all the names because it's not that relevant, were still engaging in firefights, also in Jderot. Just one more thing to mention, we were very thankful for the Minister James Cleverly's comments earlier today on the support of Israel. Important to say.
Who?
And I want to
Who?
James Cleverly's comments earlier today.
Hope you say James Clyburn.
Minister James Cleverly's comments earlier
Minister.
today on the
Somebody
support
else.
of Israel. Important to say.
And I want to go back to those hostages being held. I know that the Israeli network N12 is saying that at least 50 being held in the Be'eri kibbutz. Hamas are claiming they have senior IDF officers who they've captured. Can you expand on how many hostages you believe are being held and how concerned you are about the hostages being held?
So as I said before, in multiple locations right now, we're engaging with terrorists that are entrenched already in some of our communities. And beyond that, it would be irresponsible on my behalf to go into the details because it's still ongoing. But Be'eri is one of the locations, correct. Kibbutz Be'eri.
Are there any other locations you'd be able to share with us? It is clearly it's important for people who are watching to understand where if their families are under attack or to understand what's going on the ground.
So all the areas surrounding.
What you're also seeing is the female-male dynamic here, everybody. Women are smarter than men. They just fucking are. Get used to it. But he is tight with hate and revenge. She's smarter than him. And you see how she's finessing him? Just stroking the fuck out of him. She's in control there. Do you understand? She's killing it. Killing it.
It would be irresponsible on my behalf to go into the details because it's still ongoing.
Red face and everything.
But Be'eri is one of the locations, correct. Kibbutz Be'eri.
Boom. You see? It would be responsible. But so-and-so is one of them. But so-and-so is one of the locations. You see? And then
are there any other locations you'd be able to share with us?
She's continued to use that Jedi mind trick on him. Are there any other locations you'd be willing to share with us?
It is clearly it's important for people who are watching to understand where if their families are under attack or to understand what's going on the ground.
So all the area surrounding the Gaza Strip is basically, as I said earlier on, is under attack. Jderot, Ofakim, Sufa, Nahal Oz, Zikim, names that are probably not that familiar to the British public, but all these communities are right now under attack. And we're slowly
Look at
handling it.
U.S. unequivocally condemns attack by Hamas. Like, we don't need to ask no questions. We don't give a fuck. They've been oppressing and fucking murdering you since 1948. There's no better friend than Israel. And as I taught you over the years, everybody, and I brought you Cynthia McKinney and I brought you others, it is literally, hear this, it is literally a policy in this asshole the devil. You're not even running for fucking city council, bitch, unless you support the state of Israel. Did you know that? If you've been with me, you know that. But anybody's hearing me for the first time, that is a real thing. Cynthia McKinney, I brought you her eloquently telling the story when she was running, I think for either for her renewal or re-election for a Congress seat, or when she was first, I can't remember. She was up, she was raising money and blah, 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 blah. And all of a sudden somebody came to her and said, did you sign the pledge? And when she realized what it was, and they were like, yeah, for the pledge for Israel, and she was like, I'm not signing it, all of her fucking funding went away. You understand? She was stripped of her, it was a bunch of stuff, but yeah, it's a real thing. Like, they want you to lick the ass of this fucking place. Nah, fuck Israel.
What about the West Bank? What's the situation there on the ground at the moment?
So we are very focused right now, also looking towards the north. I mean, we remember what happened in the last Ramadan, where there was also some factions, Palestinian factions that came in.
No, there wasn't. Y'all went into Al-Aqsa Mosque and let off flashbang grenades and tear gas in the mosque, one of our holiest sites of Islam. Do you understand? Like, all the 40,000 denominations of Christianity, y'all can play about your bullshit. You ain't really serious. These Zionists, fuck them. Muslims do not play. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And just this past Ramadan, they were in the Al-Aqsa Mosque attacking. During Ramadan, during one of the Friday prayers. May they burn in hell, them and their fucking lineage.
Better for them not to do that, but we're ready also towards the north, and we're also looking at Judea and Samaria, making sure that things there stay under control. The IDF is basically prepared in all arenas.
And I want to ask you about the wider situation, because Hamas are saying that, and you were saying, Hamas have daily attacks and are constantly targeting Israel. They say that Israel, and particularly utilising the IDF and the police force, are constantly targeting Al-Aqsa. What is the situation as things stand today?
You would never have an American journalist ask that question she just asked. They never represent the Palestinian side in American media at fucking all. And you hear what she said. They say you're always attacking them and attacking Al-Aqsa, which is really the truth of it. They're attacking Palestinians every day. You understand that Palestinians can't do anything. They're in an open-air prison. It's the most densely populated place on the fucking planet Earth. Was it 2 million people just shoved into one area? There's all sorts of checkpoints. There's the wall. You can't get through without checkpoints. And the soldiers have asshole. They abuse the people. They deny you. You can't come through. You never know. I even saw an ex-Israeli soldier who gave a full interview, and he talked about his whole psychology. He was in tears at different points through this interview. But it was really what goes on. And also, you need to know, listen, in Israel, there is no draft. There is no volunteer army. Like, you are definitely signing up for the fucking military, and you will serve. You will. You do. You understand?
And we're also looking at Judea and Samaria, making sure that things there stay under control. The IDF is basically prepared in all arenas.
And I want to ask you about the wider situation, because
we're having problems again. We're going to come back. If we can't get through, we're going to come back, goddammit. YouTube's not receiving enough. That's the fucking shit they keep telling me. Let me do this quickly. Let me try and shout everybody out, so in case I don't get to. Black Beauty, Simply Sandra, Canes, Dolphins. I'll just call you Dolphins. I can't see it from here. 1999, just call you that. Allison Bleb, good to see you. Hush Harbor, big shout out to you, good to see you. Trezus, big shout out to you. Donna Gray, Good to see you. Wow. I hope you're getting this shout out, because I know we're having problems right now. If I can't get the situation to rectify everybody, if it goes really bad, because the last one it went so bad it just cut us off, then I'm going to reestablish. We're going to get through this today, damn it. We're going to do that. It's a lot out of me, but you know, what are you going to do? Let me remind everybody, too, while I'm at it. You guys, we're still on this quest to raise this